If it can be encased in a shell, it becomes a person. So yoga means slowly you're working on making the shell thinner and thinner, more and more porous, that one day you can exist without a shell. You stop your sadhana for 3 months and see, your hands will just grab just about anything and put it in the mouth. These compulsions will suddenly come back if you just break the sadhana, because nature is not going to release you so simply. You have to work at it and work at it and work at it. So there's a huge volume of memory, karmic memory, genetic memory, mental and psychological memory, every kind. If this memory was not there, your body wouldn't even take a form. Your body knows that it has to take this form.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru.
What's this? Okay.
I just wanted to ask, it's like the determination is firm, it's tortured. There's nothing which breaks it, the body is ready for it. But sometimes an incomplete longing from past, the confrontation of that, makes that moment very painful. It does not waver what has to be done. That moment becomes extremely painful. There is acknowledgement that it's foolish, it's meaningless, yet it's painful. So how to be able to disidentify with that meaninglessness?
The difference between you and an earthworm, which is right here beneath you right now, is just that you can remember almost your entire life, and using that information, you can project and create what you consider as future. What you and almost every human being is suffering is what is causing pain to them, what is their misery, what is their suffering is just this. These two fundamental faculties which set you apart from every other creature, these two faculties are of memory and imagination. So when you say something from the past comes and grabs me and I suffer, past is not suffering. You cannot suffer the past because it does not exist. Nobody can suffer that which does not exist. What you're suffering is your faculty of memory. What happened 10 years ago, you can suffer. What may happen day after tomorrow, you can already suffer. This does not mean that you're suffering an yesterday or a tomorrow, that's out of question. What you're suffering is your memory and your imagination. If we take away half your brain, I think you'll do quite fine. What you're asking for is an evolutionary downgrade. If I made you at least a monkey, if not an earthworm, you would be quite happy, kitch, 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 kitch. Today you got the mango. Yesterday what happened? You're not bothered. So essentially you are asking for an evolutionary downgrade. Tell me how much we need to turn you back, accordingly that much of your brain will have remote. We have doctors in the ashram, you know. If we downgrade you in an evolutionary scale, you can't remember what happened yesterday, you have no bother about tomorrow, because you can't imagine what is tomorrow, maybe you will be quite peaceful and happy. But what's the point? You have definitely removed a problem, but you have removed all possibilities. That's a crime. Isn't it a crime? You took away all possibilities. That's a crime, isn't it? So, this is all human beings are suffering. They're suffering their memory, they're suffering their imagination. nothing else. You heard the ghost story? You must have. Hmm? Yes. So don't fight with your own ghosts, because they're your ghosts, at least enjoy the horror movie. These all ghosts made up in your mind, at least learn to enjoy them. When you remember something melancholic, feel like a Shakespeare, that you're writing a tragic drama, enjoy it. We've enjoyed Shakespeare, haven't we? Not everything is good about it, nothing good happened to anybody there. Oh, Sadhguru, that was somebody else, I enjoyed it so much, this is me. That is my yoga, so that you don't know which is me and which is somebody else. Union means just that. You don't know which is me and which is somebody. Human memory is a fabulous thing. It's because of this ability to remember. We have science, we have technology. We have a civilization. We have information technology. It's all about memory, isn't it? But at the same time, it's human memory which is the source of all bondage. What you call as karma is just memory on different levels of life. Memory is like a doorway. A doorway can open, but also it can close. If doors open for you, you experience doors as beautiful things. If doors close in your face, you always remember doors as horrible things. Isn't it so? In your life, if doors are opening for you wherever you go, you see door as a very wonderful thing. But if it's always slamming in your face, door is a horrible thing. Memory is just like this. Memory is what has given us the ability to be informed. It is because we are capable of making ourselves informed about various things. Many beautiful things have happened in our lives, many. The very basis of civilization is memory. Today, what goes as learning is simply memory, isn't it? Memory transmitted from generation to generation. That is how. If your father knew how to do one stitch, you learned how to make the second stitch, and your children learned the third stitch. This is how things have happened. But if you did not remember the first stitch, reinventing the wheel all the time, nothing would have happened, isn't it? Just intelligence would not have led to civilization. Memory is important. At the same time, memory also makes your life repetitive, not receptive, simply repetitive. When you carry a certain volume of memory within you, life becomes repetitive, automatic. All sense of being human, all the possibilities of being spontaneous, all the possibility of exploring new terrain in one's life gets obliterated because of memory. As I said, it's like a doorway. It all depends whether it's opening for you or closing for you. When people try to learn by sheer memory, many things happen. And a lot of so-called culture and civilization is a product of that, sheer memory, not much intelligence in it. Together, they are a deadly combination. Just memory is simply repetitiveness. One of the Isha meditators from United States wanted to come to India. Last 4 years, he's been planning and planning. But he has a cat that he loves. And to leave the cat for more than 2 weeks and come to India has been very difficult, the cat. He divorced his wife about 6 years ago. So he has no such problems. But the cat, slowly he became little more dispassionate and he decided to come. So he handed his cat over to his brother. And then he traveled to India, landed at the Chennai airport. The moment he cleared the customs, first thing he did was, he borrowed a volunteer's phone who had come to receive the US meditators who were landing that day. And he said, I need to make a call to United States. Okay. So he called his brother. And first thing he asked, how is the cat? The brother said, cat is dead. He said, what? Cat dead? He screamed and yelled and cried. And then he said, okay, it's dead. We can always get another cat. But don't you have any sensitivity? Couldn't you say in a gentler way, simply barking, cat is dead? Is there no sensitivity at all in you? Then the brother asked, okay, what was I supposed to say? It's dead. I can understand it's dead, but couldn't you say something? Couldn't you say, the cat went up to the rooftop, there it rained heavily and he got soaked, and you called the fire brigade, and you went up and you got it down, and you took all the care, put him in the cat hospital, but he got pneumonia, and he passed on, but peacefully. Something. There is no sign of civilization in you. What is this? Cat is dead. Then he said, okay, next time I'll try. Then he said, all right, how are you? He said, I'm doing well. How is mother? Well, she went up to the roof. Lot of civilization has become like this because information that travels from generation to generation gets stored in different ways and so much distortion. And now you can't look at anything straight the way it is. Minds get so deeply conditioned that you can't look at anything straight anymore. So what you call as culture is just memory. What you call as civilization is just memory. Memory is not useless, memory is useful. But if you do not know how to keep it aside, that becomes your biggest bondage, because life becomes repetitive. When you're repetitive, you cannot be receptive. So you set yourself into the process of yoga because you don't want to be this kind or that kind. That you will be the kind that you're required to be in a particular moment. If it's morning, you're a morning person. If it's evening, you're a evening person. If you're not required to be a person, you're not a person. That is, you become flexible. This flexibility, we start working with your body to start with. Afterwards, it should come to every aspect of your life. Your physical structure, your psychological structure, your emotional structure, your karmic structure, everything should become flexible, that it can be whatever it is required to be. It is not stuck being this way or that way. So yoga as a process, yoga as a method, yoga as a technology, yoga as a science is essentially to break the limitations of a certain concretization that happens, which we call as personality. To evolve from being a person to a presence. If you're a person, that means you have made a shell out of yourself. You formed a shell, within that shell only you can operate. If you break this shell, you will no more be a person, but simply a presence. As life is, as God is, just a presence. If it can be encased in a shell, it becomes a person. So yoga means slowly you're working on making the shell thinner and thinner, more and more porous, that one day you can exist without a shell. So essentially, in your experience, yoga means morning. Why the sadhana, the way it is all aspects of physicality are cyclical in the universe. Planets are going around the sun, the solar system are moving. Everything in the galaxy, in the cosmos is cyclical. The more and more you're identified with your physical system, the more and more cyclical you are also. Your experiences are cyclical, the process of life is cyclical. If you watch carefully enough, even the situations that you face in your life come in cycles. So yoga means, on one level, to break the cycle of life. What is a circle right now? We want to open it up and make it a straight line. Because if you're going in circles, if I say you're going in circles, what does it mean to you? You're not going anywhere. It just gives you an impression that you're going somewhere, but you're not really going anywhere, you're going through the same thing again and again. So yoga means to open up the circle and stretch it out like a straight line, that if you follow the line, you go somewhere, you're not going round and round. Many of you may have already experimented and noticed. If you have not, do not experiment, because I'll give you the results of the experiment right now. You might have been doing sadhana for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Stop your sadhana for 3 months. Suddenly you will see so many compulsions that you never imagined were a part of you, which were long time gone. Suddenly they will all become a part of you. But those who are doing their sadhana properly, they eat in the morning, they don't think of food till evening. It doesn't occur, because it's no more a compulsion. You eat, it's consciously you eat, otherwise no. You stop your sadhana for 3 months and see, your hands will just grab just about anything and put it in the mouth. These compulsions will suddenly come back if you just break the sadhana, because nature is not going to release you so simply. You have to work at it and work at it and work at it. Otherwise, you must be happy doing the circle. A circle also can be described as a circus. If you become conscious, the whole thing looks like a circus. If you are not conscious, you can only see 3 feet in front of you, then it's all real. If you can see the whole circle of your life, suddenly it becomes like a circus. Once you realize it's a circus, you don't want to go through the circus again and again. Only if your vision is too limited, you can see only 3 feet in front of you, everything is real for you. If you open up and see the whole circle, the way you're going, it looks like a circus and definitely you don't want it to continue forever, you want to do something about it. So these cycles, these repetitive cycles of compulsiveness is coming because there are various types of memories in the system. Memories, karmic memories, information essentially means memory, isn't it? You understand what I'm saying? Any information means memory, isn't it? How do you carry information? Only by memory, there is no other way. Either in your head or in a chip or in a computer, it doesn't matter, you can carry information only by memory. There is no other way, any information can stay anywhere. So there's a huge volume of memory, karmic memory, genetic memory, mental and psychological memory, every kind. If this memory was not there, your body wouldn't even take a form. Your body knows that it has to take this form. When you were in your mother's womb, so many billions of people on the planet, everybody took this form. 2 legs, 2 hands, 2 eyes, like this. If the memory was not there, we do not know what form it would have taken. It never ever happened that a woman delivered an elephant or an insect or something else. It never ever happened because there is memory. If the memory is not there, this could have taken on any form. So you have retained your physical form the way it is only because of memory. Memory means past, yes? Memory means always that which is past. If memory is the only thing, if information that you carry, which is memory, is the only thing which determines the nature of who you are right now, that means you are past or life is past you. There is no real life, it's just a play of memory. If you go and watch a cinema, Rajinikanth. If the cinema happens, it's so big and so real, more real than the real. It becomes a bigger reality than reality because it's so exaggerated. But all this is just memory being played out. It's recorded in a film or a digital format or whichever way. It's just memory, it's already over.